So, let's take a look at this review. Whenever you have feet per second, we're going to convert this into miles per hour. So put the 32 feet in the top left in 10 seconds in the bottom. Now this is just like what we just did on the review. You're going to multiply by 60 seconds in 1 minute. You're going to multiply that by 60 minutes in 1 hour. Who remembers how many feet per hour or feet per mile? Good, 5,280. Notice, where does that go? In the bottom, divided by 1 mile. Okay, take your calculators quickly and multiply 32 times 60 times 60. And I get 115,200. Don't. Just multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms. And then 10 times 5,280 is 52,800. Now the seconds canceled, the minutes canceled, and the feet canceled. So we are in miles over hours. So let's divide that. 115,200. So 2.181818, repeating. So I'm going to highlight the tenths. Everyone give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs down means it stays. Thumbs up means it rounds up. Go. Which way does it round? Up or down? It rounds up because the 8 is a 5 or more. So my speed is approximately 2.2 miles per hour. Moving on. Solve the proportion. Go ahead and solve it. I'll let you solve it while I talk it through it. Talk about our butterfly. 3 times 9 equals 8 times x. Your goal is to work it faster than I talk it. 27 equals 8x. As I think about 27 equals 8x, I think I have to divide both sides by 8. So 27 divided by 8 on my calculator is 3.375 equals x. Now I'm going to round again, focusing on the 3. Elijah, I look at the number after the 3. It's a 7. So do I round up or do I stay the same? Okay, I round up. So my answer is approximately 3.4. Okay? Moving on. Once again, all of these will be on our notes, so if you can't quite keep up, just kind of keep following through. Here we go. On this diagonal, what do we have? 5x, right? Now, here's the hard part. 6 parentheses x minus 2. Who feels comfortable distributing? Go ahead. Go.
It'd be 6 times x.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 times -2.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. So 5x plus 12 equals 6x. I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. So it looks like 12 equals x. Is that an exact answer? Yeah. So we're good there. Don't need to round. Most important part on this problem is right here, folks. It's the distributing. Right there. Huge. You'll see this tomorrow. Okay. Solve this proportion. 6x equals, oh, you remember your 12 times 11 trick in your head? Do you know what it is? 132. Okay, so we divide both sides by 6. 132 divided by 6. If you don't have your calculator out, you should. I get x equals 22. Can someone confirm that?
Yep.
Okay. If you do these, these should not be difficult. The test tomorrow should just be, oh, boom, 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 just like so. All right, moving on. I've drawn some similar figures. Let's do a little color coding. What goes with this vertical 6?
5.
The vertical 5. What goes with the horizontal 19?
X.
X. What goes with the blue diagonal? Whoops, that's not blue. What goes with our blue diagonal? Yeah, our unknown. We could call it Y, that's fine. And it says the pair of figures is similar, find the missing length. I'm assuming they're meaning the X. So I need to set up a proportion. I'm going to say X over 19. So blue over blue. Sorry, green over green equals 5 over 6. Good, Andy. 5 over 6. So we cross multiply. 6x equals 19 times 5, which I believe is 95. We divide by 6. So 95 divided by 6 is 15.8333. Let's practice rounding here. I'm focusing on this 8. Does that 8 stay the same, or does it round up? It stays the same. Rika, does that make sense? Okay. Moving on.
So you add feet?
Yes, you should. Great catch. Great catch. We would have missed a point if we had forgotten that tomorrow. Nice job, Alex. All right. It says write a proportion, then solve. What percent of 52 is 14? Let's write is over of equals P over 100. What number is right next to the is? 14. So let's connect the 14 and the is together. There we go. What number is right next to the 52? Or what word is next to the 52? Of. So here we go. 14 over 52 equals P over 100. 1400 equals 52P. 1400 divided by 52. 26.923 equals P. What do you think? Stays the same or goes up? Stays the same. Do I need any kind of units? Nice. Who said that? Well done, Mia. Percent. Percent. Percent is units. Percent is units. Okay? Yes, sir.
A quick question about rounding.
Mm-hmm.
What if this was like 26.998?
Okay, you only look at the 2.
Yeah, but just like, well,
Okay.
what if it was like
26.998. Okay?
To round up, would you round it up to 27?
All right, so the 9 becomes a what?
A 0?
The 9 becomes a 0, but because that became a 0, that kicks the 26 up to a 27. But if you're rounding that, you would put 27.0.
Okay.
Because that tells me that, oh yeah, you actually rounded it to the nearest 10. So if you ever see something written that way, that means you know it has the accuracy to the nearest tenth. That's a scientific kind of a response. Obviously, that is not the same answer here. Okay, this is not the answer. That was an example in rounding. But I want to cross that out because later you might look at it and be like, oh, I need to round differently. Okay? All right. What connects with is? True? What connects with of? The 65 connects with percent. The 65 connects with percent. True?
Yes.
So the of connects with the what? So here we go. Let's write is over of equals P over 100. Who can fill them in for me? 410 over x equals 65 over 100. So we cross multiply. 41000 equals 65x. 630.769 equals x. We highlight. Rika, stays the same or goes up? You're looking at the 6. Goes up. Excellent. 630.8. Do we have any feet? Any units? No, it's just of what number. So there we go. You getting the hang of these? I would very strongly recommend that you write is over of equals p over 100 on the test to help you remember it. Okay, this one says write an equation. So this is a literal translation of the information. What becomes W? Is becomes equal. 96% becomes 96 over 100. Of is times 2100 is 2100. So on your calculator, you could put in that exact 96 over 100 times 2100. So it says W equals 2016 exactly. Do we need to round to the nearest tenth? No, we're done. Because it was an exact answer. On the test, I believe there's going to be one question that says, you do an equation. That's what this means, literal translation. Another question says, do a proportion. That's is over of equals p over 100. There's another question that says, solve either way. I don't care. But you need to demonstrate that you can do both. Is that fair? All right, moving on. Find the percent of change. Our formula here, Joe, was change over original equals p over 100. So the first thing you need to do is find the change. Someone please subtract 63 minus 25. Okay, so let's set this up. 25 over, what's the original? 38 equals p over 100. So that's 2500 equals 38p. I get p equals 65.789. Stays the same or goes up? Goes up. Now this is a percent. So I put percent. Now we need to answer the question. It says describe it as an increase or decrease. Did it go up or down? Yeah, up. So all we have to write is increase. If your grade increased by 65.8%, would that be good? You bet. Find the greatest possible error. I put 3 of them down here. How many decimals does this have right now? None. So the answer needs to have 1 decimal, 0.5. How many decimals does this have? 1 decimal. So the GPE needs to have 2, 0.5. How many decimals here? 2 decimals. So this GPE is 0.05. Should those be the freebies? If that's a 5-point question, there's really no partial credit, is there? Does anyone not understand that? We're good? Okay. And the last question says find the percent of error. Well, that means we have the formula GPE over original equals P over 100. Who can tell me the GPE for 22.7? How much? 0.05. Okay, 0.5 over the original equals P over 100. 0.05 times 100 is 5 equals 22.7p. Divide that by 22.7 and I get 0.2202. Now let's see what they want up here. Round to the nearest tenth. So that 0.2, does it go up or does it stay the same? Stays the same. So my answer is 0.2%. Is that pretty small? Yeah, that's okay. Because we're talking about accuracy here. 0.2%. Probability. Suppose you roll a number cube with 6 sides. Find the chance that the number is less than 3. How many numbers are less than 3? 2 of them, right? So the probability is 2 out of 6. You're not going to leave your answer like that, by the way. You're going to put 1/3. Or, as a percent, 33.3%.
Do you have to put both?
I'll tell you which to put. I'll say write as a fraction or write as a percent. Is that okay? Do you remember what numbers are prime? Let's list them. The prime numbers. What's the first prime number? 2. Next? 3. Next? 5. So how many prime numbers are there? So 3 out of 6, which is 1/2. And as a fraction, 1/2 or 50%. Do you guys remember what this little symbol means? Not, okay, or the complement. Okay, so that just means the not symbol, just so we can remember what that means. All right, Wheaties on the cross-country team. There's 18 students on the team. 8 of them are picked at random to compete in the regional race. We just had the cross-country state event on Saturday. The girls finished 18th. Congratulations to our girls. Pretty good out of the state. 18th best team in the state. So, 8 of them are picked at random. What's the chance that Wheatie will... he's not being picked, is he? He's not being picked. How many people are not picked? 10 people are not picked, right? So what's the chance that Wheatie doesn't run in the race? 10 out of 18, which is 4 out of 9. 4 divided by 9 times 100 is 44.4%. So far, so good? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
4 divided by 9 is 44.4%.
5 over 9.
Oh, thank you. Good call. That's going to change that. It'll be 55. Ooh, look at this. It's a good catch because it actually changes the percent. 55.555%. So when we round it, 55.6%. So that's a big change. All right, moving through. 2 coins are tossed in the air 50 times, and each pair of results is recorded. The result of the double coin toss is either 2 heads, 2 tails, or a head and a tail. And I labeled them like that. What's the chance that both coins come up tails? I'll see that right there. That's both coins coming up tails. So what's the probability? 15 out of 50, which is, dividing both by 5, 3 out of 10. That wasn't too bad. Okay, in a random sample of rice cookers, 12 were defective. So we have a ratio here. 12 defective over 600 equals how many defective out of 3,000? So I cross multiply 12 times 3,000 and I get 36,000 equals 600x. I divide by 600 and I get 60 predicted rice cookers. Does that mean exactly 60 will be? No, but it's a good prediction. It's a good prediction.
So you put like the little squiggly?
What's that?
Did you put like the approximation?
No, because we're already saying it's a prediction. So we should be okay there. All right, let's talk about replacement. We have 6 Red Sox, 12 white socks, and 10 blue socks. That looks like it's a total of 28 socks total. You pick a blue. What's the chance of picking a blue? 10 out of 28. You put it back. You pick a white. 12 out of 28. We multiply those. Might be easier to reduce them first. 5 out of 14. 3 out of 7. Does anything else cancel? So, 15 out of 98. If you can't do that in your head, you can do it on your calculator. You'll be allowed to use your calculator tomorrow. Now, let's talk about the comparison. And if the bell rings, just stay with me. 10 red markers, 8 blue markers, 5 green markers. Total, let's see, 10 plus 8 is 18, plus 5 is 23. Don't pack up, just hold, just hold. Okay? What's the chance you pick a blue marker? 8 out of 23. Now, the blue marker is gone. Okay, so now we have 10 red, 7 blue, and 5 green. What's our new total? 22. What's the chance we pick another blue marker? 7 out of, stay with me, don't leave, 7 out of 22. So then we're going to take that 56 divided by that big number and figure out what the percentage is. So we take 8 divided by 23 times 7 divided by 22, and then we're going to go to our math function and convert that into a fraction, and it's going to tell us 28 out of 253. Okay? So, I'm going to save this for you, so you'll have it all used as review guide for our test tomorrow. But that pretty much, folks, is your review.